The relationship between the United States and Russia is strained. Recent events have heightened these tensions. Russia's test launch of the Oreshnik hypersonic missile is a major development. This launch, coupled with statements from Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov, has caused serious concern in the West. The situation calls for careful analysis and a measured response. The world is witnessing a new arms race. Advanced weapon systems like hypersonic missiles are at the forefront. These weapons have the potential to change the balance of power. The Oreshnik missile launch is a clear signal that Russia is willing to use these weapons to protect its interests. The US and its allies are closely watching Russia's actions. The situation is delicate and requires open communication. Misunderstandings could have devastating consequences. Both sides must work to prevent an escalation of hostilities. The current geopolitical climate is complex. The war in Ukraine has further complicated US-Russia relations. Both countries possess nuclear weapons, making the stakes incredibly high. It is crucial to find ways to de-escalate tensions and work towards a more stable future. The Oreshnik missile represents a significant advancement in military technology. It is a hypersonic missile, meaning it can travel at speeds exceeding Mach 5. This speed makes it incredibly difficult to intercept. Existing air defense systems are largely ineffective against it. The missile's capabilities extend beyond its speed. It is designed to carry multiple warheads. These warheads can be independently targeted. This means the missile can strike multiple locations with a single launch. The Oreshnik's precision and destructive potential make it a formidable weapon. Russia claims the Oreshnik can penetrate any existing defense system. This claim has raised concerns among military analysts worldwide. The missile's ability to evade detection makes it a game-changer in modern warfare. It could potentially shift the balance of power in regional conflicts. The development and deployment of the Oreshnik missile raise serious questions. How will the international community respond to this new threat? What are the implications for arms control treaties? These are questions that demand careful consideration and international cooperation. Sergey Lavrov, Russia's foreign minister, recently gave a stark warning to the West. In an interview, he emphasized Russia's willingness to defend its national interests. He stated that Russia would use all means at its disposal to protect itself. His words were a clear response to what Russia perceives as Western aggression. Lavrov specifically pointed to the West's support of Ukraine. He criticized the supply of long-range weapons to Ukrainian forces. He sees this as a direct threat to Russia's security. He accused the West of escalating the conflict and warned of serious consequences. Lavrov's comments were not limited to Ukraine. He also expressed concern about the overall deterioration of US-Russia relations. He described the current situation as a hybrid war. He called for a return to dialogue and diplomacy to avoid further escalation. Lavrov's interview was a calculated message to the international community. He aimed to reiterate Russia's position and deter further Western involvement in Ukraine. His words serve as a reminder of the high stakes involved and the need for clear communication channels between nuclear powers. The current situation evokes memories of the Cuban Missile Crisis. In 1962, the world watched as the US and the Soviet Union came perilously close to nuclear war. The crisis was sparked by the placement of Soviet missiles in Cuba. The US responded with a naval blockade. The Cuban Missile Crisis was a defining moment of the Cold War. It highlighted the dangers of nuclear brinkmanship. The crisis was eventually resolved through diplomacy. However, it serves as a stark reminder of how quickly tensions can escalate. The parallels between then and now are undeniable. The introduction of advanced weapons systems like the Oreshnik missile has created a new era of uncertainty. Miscalculations or misunderstandings could have catastrophic consequences. The world needs diplomacy now more than ever. Open dialogue and communication are essential to avoid conflict. The lessons learned from the Cuban Missile Crisis must guide current and future leaders. The stakes are simply too high to ignore the risks of inaction.